I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I want to say it. Revenue.
Apple juice. I kind of want to see this match, by the way.
Yeah. They sold me on a match on the start of Raw where Becky decided not to respond to John Cena walking by. That she had this simple golf clap.
Yeah, it was a very
I don't know
quiet
why
clap.
she hates her.
It was a very quiet clapping where she couldn't be asked.
She could not be bothered. She hated him so much, or it was so fake. She did not want to be there.
What else do we have? We have Austin Thurr.
Yep. Decided to just go cuss John Cena out for whatever reason. I'm 24 years old. What did you do when you were 24? Nothing. Look at me.
But it's interesting, like a man, John Cena just walked away from the end being antagonized. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to stand in for this.
Yeah, I'm John Cena. Why am I in the public locker room at this point? Why me? Oh, it's just a happy good time. Just a good time. Some people are just happy they Raw appeared on Raw paychecks probably for this. And that happened. I'm so glad that this wasn't your cover, Manny. So glad, because I felt like I was somewhere in my soul felt like this was going to be the cover.
Nah, after the success of last week, maybe, but no. Mela may be money, but there's someone that's more money than Mela, and that's Apple Juice.
Apple Juice. I can't even do it. 20 years.
We'll be back.
And when
right
we come back, I'm gonna tell you he's the greatest of all time, and I'll tell you why, Betty.
You'll tell me why.
I'll tell you why.
All right. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Oh.
With me. I don't even know the song I'm singing, but I wanted to. I forget the song. You know. Hey, with me, or whatever it goes.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm of course Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Marcus the Grand and finale. Bang! There we go.
Luke starts with Okada.
I think that he needs to release a tell-all book about how he was uncomfortable with Tony Khan groping him the way he was all over him. He was all over those guys. He was just against this big sweaty man. I can see him going, Daddy, look what I got. I got a nice Switzerland man and I got a Japanese man, and I embrace them both. I love them. And they're never gonna be better.
How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic, Manny. Just a great mood after watching whatever happened on Raw last night and Forbidden Door, and just enjoying life, just enjoying it. How about you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, really good. That sounds like I'm pretending and something's really bad.
Yeah, it did. It 100% did. It sounded like I'm doing good. Really good. Freeze frame and zoom in on Manny's eyes as I tear well up.
Yeah, no, I'm doing fine. Busy day at work, but it is what it is. Wes has already come in with he's tired of John Cena, then, now, and forever. But you ain't together because I ain't tired of John Cena.
It's the second run. When he was like, it's going to be more than one more match, I was like, yes, It's Big Mac John. And Manny, I'm going to tell you why John Cena's the greatest of all time. It's one sentence only. He ain't got no legal trouble or baggage with him. He's had one controversy his entire 20-year run, and that was when he was apologizing to the Chinese. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that is really his only controversy, isn't it?
Yeah. Everybody else, whether you're, let's say, Ric Flair, all his problems, not Jeff Hardy, I didn't mean to go to Jeff, Shawn Michaels, and his headache of a palm, The Rock left him, Austin's walking out and beating up Deborah. And Undertaker, all lives matter, blue lives matter, whatever. And his shit, I just can't give it to him for that principle. John Cena's the greatest of all time. For that. Just for that.
Yeah,
just
and
keeping
just
his
think,
nose clean.
any kid you know wants to meet John Cena.
Yeah. Even kids that weren't even born doing John Cena's run. Most kids are going to know him as the Peacemaker. And then they're going to be like, why did you watch that? It's an R-rated movie. I don't care. Shut up, grown up.
So let's cover Forbidden Door quickly, because yes. I believe Marcus and Jamal will probably go into further detail tomorrow, provided they don't have anything else to talk about. I know what you're going to talk about on Friday tomorrow.
What's that?
Fred.
Fred who?
Fred Rosser or Darren Young.
I don't care that he won that belt. But we can't talk about it. We can be about it and talk about it. And, although they did book some matches for next week, New Japan Strong, which, features Ospreay and Cobb and Great O'Khan and stuff like that. But, But
enough about that.
What it means.
Tune in tomorrow for Marcus and Jamal's take on all the other goings on in the professional wrestling landscape. And make sure you do, or we'll kill you. I
think we should change the show from the ETE to the Forbidden Show. We should change it to the Forbidden Show.
They delivered, 100%. They delivered. The show. If you ignored the pre-show, I didn't watch any of those matches. They were meh or okay-ish, but I really I watched most of everything. I watched everything else. They did deliver. I was impressed. I'm split between the Claudio match and the match the match I thought would steal the show, which was Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay.
You're just picking your countrymen, aren't you, Manny? You're picking your countrymen. How dare you? You're such a homer.
No,
but no, you're 100% right.
No, because I honestly think
you're 100% right on both of those choices.
I think the Fatal 4-Way would have probably banged a lot harder, but they obviously the finish would change because Adam Cole got hurt or however he got hurt. I think his shoulder came out.
Yeah, but even then, I didn't really fully embrace that match. I don't know what it was. Maybe I came off the high of Claudio and Saber. It was so good. And then I get this one. I just wasn't really into it. I couldn't find myself getting into it.
But yeah, the matches on it were really good. I think the only thing you could probably say wasn't that good was probably the women's match.
They were just doing moves, I felt like, in that match.
Yeah, it felt like they were going through. It felt like the crowd and the two women were just going through the motions in that match, because everything else kind of like there was something behind it. And the Chicago crowd, they were fucking on fire.
Yeah, it was Chicago, and it's probably the hardest of the hardcore wrestling fans. I think Luchador and Maurice were both there. I think I could be wrong, but it was a lot of stuff on the show, and from Sting diving off the top of the fucking good guy tunnel.
Whoa! So I thought, because you mentioned it the other day that you missed the Sting entrance, I thought for a second he was coming from the ceiling.
Yeah,
he showed something.
I did too.
I was like, Sting's coming from the ceiling. No, he's not. And then he just dives off things. This is what we're expecting from 6-year-old Sting now. Just to the point where he doesn't care anymore. He's just gonna dive off shit.
Yeah. Like, Sting's gonna die. But yeah, overall, it was a really good, high energy, really good show. It was as expected, and I'm not saying as a negative term, or a positive. It was exactly what I expected it to be. It was, really good. I think my biggest disappointment may have been the Fatal 4-Way. I don't know why I just didn't get into it. I love everybody in the match. Okada, I think, is the best wrestler in the world, but I think I'd rather see any of these guys in singles matches more than I would in probably Fatal
4-Way. In the chat, tell us your grades for Forbidden Door while me and Marcus deliberate between our grades. What did you think of overall? If you were to grade Forbidden Door, what would you give it?
A very strong B. A very strong B. I think if it had, more reasons for me to care why anything went one way or the other, I think it probably would have been an A+, but I would say a very strong B. I'm probably a hard grade here. It's probably an A, but I'm in between.
You want hard grades. You don't know what I'm about to do.
Oh my God! Don't tell me, Manny. Don't tell me. And I'm taking points off for Kevin Kelly. So I'm giving it a B for Kevin Kelly being.
Marcus, no. I'm giving it 50%.
What?
If this is Rotten Tomatoes, this is 50%.
No. Why?
There was no story really for me to be invested. It needed to be invested for me. There was no real story outside of the Jericho feud stuff for Blood and Guts going on Wednesday. There was nothing really going on here. And
I really hate that ending.
And that ending really rubbed me the wrong way. So if that
did.
If that never happened, I'd be fine with it. I'd probably give it 60%. But
yeah, I know. Go ahead.
That ending, Kevin Kelly for 4 hours. 4 hours. 4 hours of Kevin Kelly. That is ridiculous, people.
You know what the best part about Kevin Kelly is? He couldn't get a word in. There were so many people on the announce table. Every time he would start saying something and speaking facts about New Japan, bang, he gets cut off by Jerry Ross. Like, well, what the hell is that? or Taz, or like Kevin Kelly did not get his words in, and I feel, even though I just like Kevin Kelly, I feel he was mad disrespected on that announce table.
He should be. He should be. You would have thought though that the amount of times they were going to go to a 4-man booth, that they would have just got a bigger table. I always feel bad for the. I always feel bad for the fourth person just sitting on the side of the table.
Everybody, I don't know if you guys exposed. I don't know if you guys do this in school. The group projects when it's like 4 people got to get around to one table. That's what it kind of looked like. They had the little student desks and 4 people gathered around, and it's like, oh, we don't have enough paper, so you guys got to share paper. The main event, Moxley beat Tanahashi to become the new interim champion. I thought it was a solid match. I thought it was slow to start, but then it really picked up because I was really rooting for Tanahashi to win, and I was like, "Go for it, Tana! Go for it!" And but that brawl again, like it just put a bad taste. Them building to the blood and guts. I was like, I don't need this brawl, man. Just end the show.
The problem with the brawl was, I would have hoped it just happened. I would have hoped they cut the feed and then just left that for the Chicago crowd, because that wasn't needed. That really wasn't needed. It felt like an end of Dynamite, and we didn't. And people paid money for that. That's something you just don't really need. It's not like it really set up for Wednesday because it went on too long. If it was like, Jericho came out and just clocked Moxley and that was it.
Yeah, and then it felt like they were trying to sell Blood and Guts, which is already sold. If you're watching this show, you're clearly watching Blood and Guts in the next episode of Dynamite.
Yeah, but man, I really enjoyed. I didn't think I was going to enjoy the Orange Cassidy Will Ospreay match as much as I did, but it was like a nice mix of wrestling and then comedy, which is like always the bits for me to draw me in. And then you move into the Cloud. I'm calling him Cesaro. I'm not calling him Claudio.
Claudio Castagnoli. How dare you?
Yeah, spell Castagnoli.
Hold on, I think I can do it. Castig. I think there may not be a G in there. It might be an N.
There's no I till the end. There's no I till the end of the name.
Damn it. Well, I lost.
It's
Claudio.
it's spelt Casta, as if you were going to spell pasta, but with a C, and then you add a G, and then Noli.
Yep. I love the new Claudio shirt. I like it. He fits perfect with the Blackpool Combat Club. It's a good choice. It's a really good choice. I just hope he doesn't follow the same trajectory of everybody that debuts at an AEW pay-per-view, because he's already did 2 of the 3 things already. He's debuted at a pay-per-view. He's showing up on Dynamite and having a match. He skipped the Rampage part, which is good. And then, he's already joined the faction. That's normally the 3 things you do right off the jump of debuting in AEW. You show up, you have a match, you join a faction, and then you never get seen again.
The way Tony Khan embraced him, I think I'm hoping there isn't going to be a massive drop off for him. So that's the thing. The way, look at this, the way he embraced him, like he'd been away at war, and then he's returned home. That's like a wife seeing her husband that come back from war.
I didn't think you would make it. I would love you the way they did, or like a kid who was staying with their dad or mom at one point. They were separated, and it's finally getting their weekend. I miss you so much.
And allegedly, if you watched the media call, I didn't. TK was saving Claudio for Ring of Honor, but I don't want him for Ring of Honor. I think he fits in Dynamite. I think the problem is, I don't know
what the difference is.
The good thing for him is now he's surrounded by people that can talk for him.
I don't want to hear anything about Ring of Honor, and I don't care about their logo or whatever they do. I don't want to hear anything until I see what the plan for Ring of Honor is, because we still haven't really heard a plan. I believe the plan is to get TV. I don't think they have it. I want to see what the difference between Ring of Honor and Dynamite will be before. So I don't want to really hear about I'm saving somebody for Ring of Honor when Ring of Honor is barely it's barely a thing. You just own it. You just don't know what you're going to do with it. That's what my concern is about that. Well, last line for Forbidden Door comes via Ryan. He was like, Forbidden Door, this sounds like a racist white man pay-per-view because he left all the blacks off of it. I was like, oh, that's over the top. You race baiting piece of shit.
Well, he didn't. He put them at the beginning of the show, and then
they're all in the pre-show. That's like being in the back of the bus, in the back of the restaurant.
So let's.
Swerve deserve to be on the show. Shout out to FTR too.
No, you know what? FTR, that match wasn't that as good as it could have been.
Dax was hurt.
But the thing is, I don't think it needed to be a 3-way. I think you could have just had. I think you just had the 2 champions go. I don't think you needed Roppongi Vice. And to be honest, I honestly hate that type of match where you could just tag in anyone. I always find it a bit stupid.
I want to tag my own tag partner so we can just.
Yeah, the New Age Outlaw rule.
I just feel like the show had too many multi-person matches. They were fine. All the matches were fine, but I preferred the single matches, like you said, Ospreay and Saber, and even the main event. I would give it more juice in it, but it was just too many multiple-person matches. Maybe that's what took away the Fatal 4-Way match for me with the heavyweight title, for the IWGP title, is that it was already like 8 fatal. It was already a Fatal 4-Way before it. There was already a triple threat, and it was already this and that. So maybe it was already too many multi-man matches.
Yeah. So let's move into Raw. So it opened up with John Cena walking through. They had a clip of John Cena walking through, which I thought was cheesy.
I thought it was acceptable. It seemed like something that, that would happen in a baseball game or something when they just let the person have the field themselves. I was okay with it, but I got very Barack Obama Key and Peele memes.
I got Vince McMahon leaving before he blows up. Vibes.
Who's the Paul London in the scenario? Would it be Becky? Just going.
Yeah, or R-Truth. R-Truth? when R-Truth met his hero, that was great.
That was a great moment.
I'm counting that as one of John Cena's Make-A-Wishes.
Should we put all of John Cena segments in one to just start?
Yeah,
because he had a lot of backstage. He had cameos.
Well, I don't have the image I want to have. Oh, wait, I've got it in text message. Man, we almost got CTC.
No, but you got SP or SPC.
SPC.
Yeah. It did give the feels. I was like, damn, I do miss Shad and stuff. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, I really, come on, man. This was great.
Yeah. But I didn't buy the Street Profits lost all motivation to live because we can't beat the Usos. What are you talking about? Never give up. Never.
Look at the look on Montez's face in this particular screen grab. It's like, I can't wait to get rid of you.
My both questions is like he said something. Well, we don't actually have to go and wrestle tonight. We can win by disqualification. Dude, you're talking like a jobber.
So John Cena told them, remember, he basically reminds them who they are, and tells them never forget and who they are and how good they are. Basically, never give up.
Never give up. You want the smoke.
He meets Ezekiel, calls him Zeke the Freak. He asks about Elias. He says he's showing around Elrod, and I love that bit because it means he's coming. It means he's coming, and you know he's coming.
My favorite part about him saying Elrod is that there is no brother Elrod. Kevin Owens made him up, and I can't wait for Kevin Owens to say, I made Elrod up. Okay? The fact that he exists now, it's showing that you're a liar. But Kevin Owens also didn't make the show, which was funny.
Yeah, so the funny thing was that they said Kevin Owens didn't make the show, and that match is going to be rescheduled. It's funny on Twitter. He said he because Raw was in Texas, he chose not to go. Leave me alone.
Which is a great tweet. It's a great tweet.
Yeah. And then what was it? Theory came in and said he'd introduce himself, but he already knows who he is. He doesn't think they should be celebrating John Cena. They should be celebrating him because he's Vince McMahon's chosen golden boy. And then tries to take a selfie. And then John Cena just went up. I ain't got time for this shit and walked away.
Yeah, I don't want to start a feud with you, Theory, but I thought this was Theory. This was a really good promo by Theory, but it's not the promo that I think that it should have been. This should have been the star-making promo from Theory, where he just cuts through John Cena completely and just shoots.
I think that's coming.
Kind of like an MJF.
Yeah, I think that's coming. I think John Cena's obviously going to come back at some point. Or I think Theory's going to continue to push the button where John Cena actually shows up. And you can't say Bearcat in the middle of me speaking.
It starts instant laughs.
I think he's gonna keep pushing the button of John Cena, and then he's gonna eventually come out and confront him, and then they're gonna have the back and forth. I think that would be really good.
Yeah, I look forward to that matchup if that's the direction they're gonna go. John Cena also interacts with Seth Franklin Rollins. Sorry, let me correct it. And Omos and MVP came by.
That's the best part of Raw. I'm sorry. I may have nearly got CTC again, but Seth Rollins laughing to the sound of John Cena's entrance music is the best thing on Raw.
It was so clever because the way he did it, I was laughing, and I went, "Oh, just right away, instant laugh."
But then Vince McMahon comes out just for the sake of it once again, which I find funny. They went to commercial during Vince McMahon coming out, which I was like, "Oh wait, did they really wait 3 minutes with Vince McMahon standing in the ring like every other chump on this roster?"
Yeah, what could that have been like? Like, do you think I just feel like Vince could control all his awkward, frenetic energy.
I want to hope he did a 3-minute monologue during commercial break.
Before we go into Vince, let's go into all the cameo appearances from Kurt Angle, Triple H, Stephanie, Chris Jericho. Let's see if I can name them all. Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, The Big Show, Booker T, Shawn Michaels.
Wasn't there a Cody one? Or was that in the video package? I think that may have been in
Cody
the
had
video
his
package.
own. Cody had his own video package of talking about how he couldn't recover.
No. Cody was speaking about John Cena in that Fort Minor John Cena package.
Oh yeah, the other package, yeah.
Yeah. Who's the only person you missed? Steve Austin?
Did I miss Steve Austin?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm upset because he was probably the best one. And I was like, Austin Cena, let's go. Let's go. I've seen what he did with Kevin Owens, but Austin Cena would just that's too much of a box office, right? That breaks everything.
I mean, WrestleMania is in Los Angeles next year?
Oh my God. That's Austin's
you
hometown.
Gotta do it.
John Cena has moved here. Oh my God. Man,
you gotta do it.
My world.
You've got to do it.
If I could go to WrestleMania and I'm getting Steve Austin versus John Cena, I may jizz in my pants in the middle of the arena. And
I may come to America for that. I may have to come to America for that. What else do we get? So basically, John Cena wants to say thank you to the WWE Universe for the moment and making him who he is. He says he's 45 years old and he doesn't know when you'll see him in the ring again. That he will be back in the ring at some point. He just doesn't know when.
Yeah, and he said it's also not going to just be like one match either. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna do it properly. Yeah. Well, the Summer
Cena
Cena was good.
I don't know.
The Summer Cena last year, I had really enjoyed. Like that, there was a lull in WWE programming at that point, but like John Cena come back and it was like slightly uplifted. And John Cena was working almost every week, so like it was really enjoyable time.
Yeah, good times.
I think that's the it of the John Cena bits.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He goes out there, and I was waiting for an attack the whole time. Hopefully, I don't think he's gonna make SummerSlam, but
yeah, I thought Theory was gonna attack him when he did that one last look before going.
When he came back out, was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I think they showed him, but there was a video clip. We talked about the Fort Minor one, and then I think he had the John Cena and the kids, and all his stuff he's done for the kids. Yeah. Where I just start comparing the kids to current NXT wrestlers. I was like, oh, it's a young Nikita Lyons. Oh, it's young Indian Duffin. Oh, there's a young Tegan Knox. And then the young Tegan Knox was a kid in a wheelchair, which I thought I deserved to be killed for. I was like, you're a horrible person. You're a horrible person saying that's a young Tegan Knox. It's a black kid in a wheelchair. You're a piece of shit, Marcus.
Yes, but like it just goes to show, like he is everything you want from a WWE superstar, and I don't think like an ambassador for the company. Like all the good outside, like Titus does some really good stuff as well that doesn't really get the acknowledgement.
They bring it up every now and then. Yeah,
but like,
every now and then.
But like he's more of a side character.
Yeah, he's not a character. He's not even a character at all anymore. He's not even a character at all.
But like John Cena doesn't get the credit, nearly enough credit that he deserves for the stuff he does outside the ring. But yeah, let's get back into Raw. The last chance battle royal kicked off Raw in terms of matches for the last spot. One of the last spots in the Money in the Bank ladder match. There's still one more spot. Veer is eliminated by the Mysterios and Ali. And then I started getting tagged in, and I started seeing things in the mid-card mess like, this guy's dead now. It's over for Veer. Yeah.
I feel like it was 3 people that jumped him out, and they just threw him over the top, where he also still landed on his feet. It's not like he did a backflip to the outside and was eliminated. The Veer will get his revenge. Mark my words. Veer will have his revenge. Veer is short for vengeance. I'm going to say this to sum up the whole Battle Royal. One of the best eliminations I've seen in a total Battle Royal I've seen in a while. Here's some really good eliminations. Just the way they were knocked out.
This is the first time they've booked a Battle Royal like that. in a while where it was interesting. I think the last one that was slightly interesting was on the women's battle royal on NXT, where it was more interesting, like outside the Royal Rumble with all their spots and stuff like that. This was a really cool spot with Ricochet when he was thrown onto the ladder, which I thought nice spot.
Yeah, it was a nice spot with him being just thrown onto a ladder, but him jumping back to do a Hurricane Rana for the elimination, I went, oh, that's just amazing.
Yeah,
that was just nice.
Shout out to T-Bar getting TV time. Miz pretends to be injured, eventually eliminates AJ Styles. That's an ongoing feud. Miz gets RKO'd on the apron by Riddle to win the match after a string of bad luck.
The RKO elimination was really nice. I liked it. I thought it was a risky spike. I was like, what if he fell?
Yeah, you could fall. Yeah. Because Miz didn't fall off that apron that quickly.
Yeah.
Miz landed on the apron first.
There was the Miz, when Miz was injured, I went, oh, Miz is injured, maybe. And I'll go like, nah, he's faking it. The Miz doesn't get injured. That's the one thing you know about the Miz. He can't get injured. The man is the Cal Ripken of the WWE. Doesn't get hurt.
He was injured. He was still working.
I don't even remember when he was. Yeah, he was still like, just showing up doing Miz TV. You didn't even notice his injury. He never misses time.
And then we get Jey Uso versus Montez Ford. The winner picks the stipulation for their tag match on Saturday. Again, another match I really enjoyed.
I really enjoyed it, but do I remember? Did anybody pick a stipulation after this? No, right? I don't recall.
No, so I'm guessing this is either a SmackDown thing or it's just going to get announced on social media or something.
Oh yeah, probably SmackDown. You're right.
Ladder match? No, because they got the Money in the Bank. They're going to have 2 Money in the Bank, so they wouldn't have a ladder match.
Oh yeah, that'd be a third. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other match would be.
I think they always go to the default and no hold barred or something like that.
Tornado tag.
Cage match. We haven't had a cage match in a while.
No, we had a cage match a few weeks ago, I think.
Oh no, but that doesn't count. That was Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley falling out of the cage. That doesn't count.
We haven't had a tag team cage match in a while.
Yeah. And no matter how many times I see him do it, I'm still mesmerized how much elevation Montez gets when he does that job. It's just anytime I see it.
Manny, the fact that I get more impressed this time because I'm like, he's added weight. It should be harder. It should be harder. He's added more weight, and it's just like damn. It's really the most impressive frog splash ever.
And then I think the funniest segment, for me, outside of Seth Rollins, who was dressed like a dad that was about to leave his child, was Judgment Day talking to the Mysterios. They mentioned that amongst the 20 years Cena celebration, Ray's 20 years is also coming up. With all Ray's accolades and triumphs, they just don't get what he isn't teaching Dominic.
It's Ray's 20 years in WWE because I think Ray is like on his 30th or 40th year.
Yeah, in WWE.
He's been wrestling since he's 6.
Yeah, I think in WWE. He believes Priest believes Ray is leading Dominic in the wrong direction. And then Finn follows up by maybe it's not bad luck. Maybe Dom just has a bad father. But then to double down on this, how about I show you how bad of a father I am next week? How do you agree?
How is that your comeback? I died laughing going, how is that your comeback? What are you going to do, abandon your son?
Let me show you how bad of a father I am.
Post pictures of you beating up Aaliyah?
Oh man, that was so funny.
Like, you making your mom drink while she was pregnant with him? I don't know. What was he going to do? Show us a kid born in wedlock that he ignores?
No, we're just gonna rewatch a video package of Dominic being put up for Dominic's the ladder match for the custody of Dominic. Would you rewatch that?
Also, Would you like to see Dominic join Judgment Day?
I think he needs something, but that something is NXT 2.0. Hey, I honestly think Ray's holding him back.
That's true.
Any type of development he's getting, he's being held back because he's being coddled by Ray. Yeah,
he's in there with one of the goats. He looks worse by being in there with Ray because Ray does all these moves that Dominic's doing so much smoother at age 46 than Dominic does at 20, whatever he is.
Yeah, Dominic needs to be at the PC every day, and it basically means he needs to be on NXT 2.0 with people that can actually make him better. Like, what if he was working with Santos for maybe 3 months? You'd probably see some form of development in his in-ring.
Yeah, if he had a program with Santos, maybe, or just anybody. I feel like down there, maybe him and Wesley can go at it. It'd be nice. Whatever.
Don't get me wrong. Him working with Finn probably would do wonders for him. But like, Dom is going to have to learn. If Dom continues to stay on Raw, he's going to learn the hard way of becoming a character. And that for someone that he's not even that young anymore, like 25, that's gonna come off really bad.
Yeah, he's like 25, 26, maybe even 27. I don't honestly know. I just think that if he can go down to NXT 2.0 and get one of those colorful character gimmicks that they have or whatever, or even because Triple H is back, work with Triple H some on just coming up with a new character. I think he should be the spoiled kid. He should be spoiled.
Yeah,
because like, about money. He should be like an MJF.
Yeah, I honestly feel like there's nothing to him, and that's what he needs. He needs a character. And I think he definitely needs what the separation from being a Mysterio.
Yeah,
I think that's what's holding him back. Because like,
oh, you're not gonna say? Yeah,
no,
you just stopped. You just stopped, and I was like,
I thought you were laughing. I thought you were laughing. No,
I was laughing, but I contained it because I was waiting for you to finish your thought. I wasn't going to interrupt you.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I think he needs the Bron Breakker approach where he's not a Steiner. I think it's too. It may be too late now, but he does need a gimmick change and everything. Maybe keep the Mysterio name, but change up the character because he needs something, and because all he is Ray's son, and that's not what you want to be thinking about.
Not good enough. So I'm gonna answer this one. Who's better, Dominic or Wes Briscoe? I'm going Dominic. Although Wes Briscoe's the better character. Together they make a good wrestler. It's already too late for Dominic. He's 26 or 27. That's you giving up on a natural Dustin Rhodes already. Like, oh, shit. And that's pretty much it. Oh,
Marie said he liked the Brady gimmick, but I think we've already got that Brady gimmick with Stratton at the moment.
Well, you could do that. Maybe Dominic Waller Stratton could be a thing.
Yeah.
It just be complete brats, these new millennials just trying to be trendy and all that. It'd be a nice young faction that could come up.
And then we get the Bianca Belair. No, we get a Miz update. He says that Logan Paul is training for an in-ring return. Miz said that they'll be teaming again at SummerSlam. Kevin Patrick reminds him that the Miz turned on him at WrestleMania. Miz said he told him that was a teachable lesson. I was about to say teachable moment, but that's someone else's gimmick. He hopes that they become the undisputed tag team champions. He did say something quite funny where he said he's the biggest full-time WWE superstar.
Can I also jump in and say this might be the first time that Miz has had an interview segment in the ring with an announcer in maybe 20 years. In 20 years, someone was asking him questions in a ring. Because normally it's Miz TV or something. Yeah. But Kevin Patrick was working tonight.
He says AJ's career is on a downward spiral. AJ comes out and sucker punches him, and then that gets turned into a match. Really good match at that. But
Miz breaking out new stuff.
Well,
He's still a lot of Daniel Bryan stuff, but it was some new stuff in there. Like he did a code breaker.
I actually really appreciate his DDT.
Yeah. The little swoop.
Yeah, the sweep. And then the Miz walks out of the match as a coward he is. And then the match ends as a count out, which takes away from it a little bit, but it's Raw, so you're kind of forgiven.
Yeah.
You don't get any real finish on Raw.
Well, I actually like this is one of those countouts that like it felt really it did justice to the Miz character.
Yeah.
This was an impromptu match. He didn't seem like he wanted to be there. He had a good match, and then he was like, I could just walk away. It was something within his character. It was like, I don't need to win matches to be a star. I can see it going like that. AJ do. And I think a program with AJ and the Miz is pretty good. This is, like it can go somewhere. Something for both of them to do.
Interestingly, in an AJ interview, AJ Styles said the Miz is the greatest heel in wrestling at the moment.
He did say that. He did.
He did say that.
AJ is wrong. AJ is wrong, but he's one. I give one of the best.
Yeah. Bianca Belair and Carmella's segment. Bianca says Carmella has it, but if at Money in the Bank, she better bring it. This segment just felt really bland, and then Barefoot Mella tried to strike but failed.
Yeah, this fails because one, Carmella has failed everything. I don't believe Carmella is beating Bianca, even though I can see them doing it to freshen up the Carmella gimmick, who is not really anything.
Yeah,
it's just a fill-in. But this is a real come down for the Rhea Ripley and Bianca segment, and it's hurting Judgment Day. The faction is hurting Bianca's title run. It was just a poor timing for that injury. And I'm not blaming Ripley for whatever, but I'm just saying just poor time for an injury. Just ruined.
The thing is, though, Ripley may not be cleared to wrestle, but she could still show up on Raw. So I don't understand why they don't have her showing up on Raw, because you may not be cleared to wrestle, but you can still turn up and just be with the Judgment Day to make it seem.
It could be a travel thing, because it could be like the doctor requests you not to travel or something like that. Or
maybe
it could also be an issue in which they don't want to put anybody in danger of random shit in the back. I don't know. Who knows?
Then we get Liv Morgan versus Alexa Bliss. Liv said, like John Cena, her time is now, Bliss's time is up. I don't know if this was racist or not, but I kind of felt it. Asuka on commentary. I felt it was unnerving as Corey was doing stupid translation a lot of the time.
Yeah. I realized one of those things you'll look back and go like, oh, what did he say? Ah, damn it. Yeah. But I got a good kick out of it. It's not as good as Pandemic Asuka commentary.
Yeah. Liv wins by roll up. Liv wins by roll up, and these two point at the Money in the Bank briefcases. Bobby Lashley versus Alpha Academy in a handicap match. Bobby Lashley wins. An okay match. And then they attack Lashley after the bell.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as last week when he fought both of them in separate matches. But
yeah,
it was solid. Theory on the background. I think Theory is slowly growing into his own. The more he separates himself from Vince and I guess the idiot he is. I guess that's what I would refer to him as.
Yeah,
to kind of show off. I feel like by himself he's actually working better.
What's next? So Cody Rhodes puts everyone over in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He says, I'm not rooting for anybody, but if Seth gets the win, I'll be the first to congratulate him.
that did not sound like it was going to be something he's going to do. I can see him actually showing up to the show and doing a run in and pushing Rollins off a ladder or something.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get their money worth out of Cody. That's what it seems like. They're going to try to add him in every single thing they do.
Well, I think he doesn't want to be off for that long either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect him to be off for that long either, to be honest. And then the main event was the Last Chance Money in the Bank elimination match for the women, which was Doudrop versus Tamina versus Xia Li, Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Ash and Becky Lynch.
Got him
all. Okay. It was okay, but did this really need to be elimination?
I was happy it was elimination because how many times have we gotten the same main event, Manny, in the past 3 weeks of some iteration of Becky versus somebody to get the Money in the Bank? I feel like we got it, and at least it changed it up with the elimination. I thought Tamina took a bunch of insane bumps or something.
Yeah.
It looked like she died. I was like, come on, The Rock just bought your house. You can retire. You can retire, Tamina. But a solid match. It seemed the ending seemed rushed. Dewdrop looked good as always, but they're not going to ever do anything with it.
Yeah. I don't really see them doing anything with her, to be honest. So yeah, that was Raw. It was actually not that bad. Like, it was actually a solid episode of Raw, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't say it was well paced, in which they was sprinkling matches here and there with solid matches, but it was really built around the John Cena 20th anniversary. I thought the main event they could swap it with something else. I didn't think the 6-woman elimination. I would have rather seen Street
AJ and The
Profits
Miz would have been
Usos
alright.
maybe, or
AJ and The Miz.
No, but you can't end the show with AJ and The Miz because he kind of just walks out. And was the show going to end?
Yeah, how many
Like
times has Raw just ended like that?
Main event? I don't want to do this.
Yeah, Roman does it all the time.
Yeah, but that's Roman. He's special. He's a main character. These are two mid-carders. Two mid-carders can't have a main event match and then walk out. But I thought it was a solid show. It was mostly focused on 20th anniversary. Probably one of their better 20th anniversary shows that they did, in which it wasn't really like it actually had one of the wrestlers there, and the cameos were really nice. Seeing Daniel Bryan, who's been missing since he's been banished from SmackDown.
You notice that clip wasn't played on SmackDown.
Oh, it will. It still will be. It still will be because SmackDown expected Manny 10-minute video package of everything that happened on Raw, plus all the tributes that you got.
Yeah, but we won't have to cover that this week because there's no show on Saturday, except watch the Money in the Bank watch along with, I believe, myself, Wes, and Jamal. I need to check in with Jamal if he's still.
Yeah,
busy.
he told me he was available, but I never followed up with him and was like, "Hey, it's been a while. It's been like a month." So it hasn't been really much of a follow up. But good weekend wrestling. Do I think Money in the Bank will be as exciting as Forbidden Door or Double or Nothing? No, it seems like WWE is already. Yeah, they're already moving on to SummerSlam, which seems like they're putting together a show with outside celebrity matches. The McAfee Corbin match, I can't wait for whatever. I'm just curious what McAfee can do with Baron Corbin. And it may prove that Baron Corbin's a really good wrestler if him and McAfee have a good match. And then you also
Baron Corbin needs to win something.
Miz, probably.
Yeah, Baron Corbin needs to win something at some point. He's becoming Dolph Ziggler.
I don't have Baron Corbin. I don't have Baron Corbin beating McAfee. I know I may take all credibility from it, but I think that he's going to win.
So that is the end of today's show. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Marcus will be back with ETE tomorrow, and then we'll be back on Thursday. Roy's Retro's back on, coming off King of the Ring, where Kane is WWF champion. For how long? Who knows?
My estimate is that Roman Reigns probably had a 400-time longer title reign than Kane did.
This was like 600 times.
Oh, it's probably 600 actually now. Sorry, I underestimated.
So make sure you tune in to all the content that's coming out for the rest of the week.
Let me try this. You'll see the. Oh, I do. What, Levi? I'm there. I'm being a hippo in a crit right here. This is a hippo in a crit. I like McAfee too much to want him to see him beat Baron Corbin. I'm sorry. That's what that is. There's so much wrong with that. There's so much wrong with an announcer beating a wrestler.
Every time, Levi, you badmouth. Every time, Levi, you badmouth McAfee. Now you're getting a timeout.
But Levi's right. It is bad. But I want to see it. I don't know why. It's bad. It looks bad. It shouldn't be. But I want to see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So if Adam Cole becomes AEW champion, he's technically pushed a former NXT champion and then an existing AEW World Heavyweight Champion to the limit.
Again, number one contender, Pat McAfee. And I will pay money to see him fight the Tribal Chief. Or even Sami Zayn. or Sami Zayn. I think him and Sami Zayn will just put on the clinic.
Yeah, that'd be.
It's terrible. But you know what? This announcer is no announcer. He was a punter in the NFL. And if that don't say you're badass, I don't know what else does.
Anyway, I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus the Grand Finale.
We out. Bye.